What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Debate the Hype. I'm your host, Jasmine, and we are on the set of Ladies of Hype, our place for all things women, all things creative. Today, we have the beautiful and so humble streetwear and fashion enthusiast, Anisa Dash. Anisa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's sunny outside. I'm happy to be alive. So I'm so happy that you're here today. I'm a huge fan. I love following you on social media, and I just love everything about you. So I'm so happy that you're here on set with us and that we get to, have everyone learn a little bit more about you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So let's just get right into it. You're originally from Brooklyn, New York. So you're a New York native. What was it like growing up in the city of streetwear and fashion?
So my mom had me at 17. So growing up, I always had like the latest. I've always been into sneakers and whatever. Growing up, but as I got older, I think I gravitated more to athleisure. So I wasn't really focused on sneakers. It was more like bags and jewelry and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, comfort just always been a thing though. Athleisure was still comfortable. So comfortable was always my key thing. And then I just started going to baggier silhouettes, and then I got this style.
Yeah, it's dope. I love your style.
Thank you.
Think that's something that stands out about your aesthetic and your look is you have this fashion sense that's very tomboy and edgy, but the way you accessorize with your jewelry and your hats, I think that's so dope. Has that always been where you wanted to take it? I know you say you wanted to start with comfortability, but with the accessories, has that always been your fashion sense?
Yeah, I definitely feel like accessories, I don't know, it makes or break the outfit to me. So hats, rings, jewelry, it's just because I still like the feminine touch,
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, that's how I keep my femininity with my tomboy style.
No, yeah, you're rocking it. I love that you can rock the gold. I've never been able to rock the gold. I've always been a silver girl.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm getting into silver. It's my little first silver ring.
Hey, there you go. Baby steps. I just, since you have such a dope look, is that something that you got from people who inspire you? Do you have a top 3, I would say, maybe influencers for yourself?
Yeah. My influence. Okay. Tiana Taylor influenced me.
She's dope. She's dope.
Jerry Lorenzo. Mm-hmm. And then I would say my boyfriend Alex. I would say why for each one.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Tiana Taylor, queen of tomboy, but also she wears vintage tees a lot too. She always has dope kicks, and she also knows how to accessorize. So
she does.
When I see her post, I'm just yo, that's me. I feel me and her I don't know, soul sisters in fashion. And then Jerry Lorenzo, I just think his layering is amazing. As far as the shorts with the undershirt and then a super big crew neck. That's just I don't know, that's just a look, and it's so simple and it's so effortless. And so when I look to Jerry, it's more for layering ideas and neutral palettes. It's,
Yeah.
And then Alex influenced me because he just taught me a lot, man. It's not I didn't know anything about sneakers, but when we was in quarantine, The Last Dance was a documentary. So he kind of explains more in depth of the significance of all these shoes and stuff that I didn't know. I learned so much about Jordan. So, and he also taught me about thrifting and vintage tees. So, now I know what to look for. And so, so he's definitely a influencer.
That's
for me,
dope.
so.
I love that. I would also say
and
that
I steal his clothes. So
yeah,
there we
that's
go.
True. That's one of the top reasons to have a boyfriend. Still his clothes.
Love it.
Still his clothes. I feel that. I love that. I'm kind of the same way. I think my better half Darius, he is definitely someone that influences me. Just from what I learned from him, from history of sneakers and fashion. Just
they know everything.
They know everything. It's
It
unreal.
was in a way before. I was just I like the sneaker, but didn't know there was a story behind it.
Yeah,
nice.
It's
Okay.
dope. No, that's cool. He taught you a little bit about The Last Dance. Shout out to Alex. Way to go, dude. When it comes to fashion and social media and influencers, do you think there is a fine line between fashion inspiration compared to stealing the look and aesthetic? When I mean stealing it, it's you're profiting off of something that specifically wasn't something that you came up with, and you kind of don't give that acknowledgement to where you got it from.
There's definitely a very, very thin line to it, okay? To be inspired by someone and then to just flat out copy their whole look, I don't know. I feel like I see it so much on Instagram, but like you could be influenced and then it's just like, oh, well, she wears baggy t-shirts, so I'm gonna get into baggy t-shirts, but I'm not gonna find the same exact t-shirt that she had with the same exact outfit. Cause it's like, I don't know if y'all into like Gucci Man, but no, but he had a video and he was just like, I could give you the recipe, but the sauce ain't gonna be the same, you know? So it's just like, you could take my outfit, but you know, so much goes into personal style, like demeanor and attitude, all that stuff ties into one. So it's just like, find your own style, because, you know, be yourself, because everybody else is taken, you know? And it's just like, if you like something that somebody is wearing, sure, you like, think of the outfit and then, I don't know, like, just add a little twist to it. Like do something, I don't know if it's like a signature hairstyle, something like something that's gonna make it different. But if I could look on your Instagram and be like, oh yeah, I know her, who she's influenced by. She definitely looks like, it's just like, it's not really being yourself. And then it's just like saturates. It's just like, okay, all these girls are looking the same and nothing's making you differentiate from the rest. Yeah. And you want to stand out. I think everybody wants to stand out.
I like that. I like that you tapped into a little bit of like, how on Instagram sometimes it can start to look the same. So I want to kind of dive into a conversation that I think, you know, kind of fits the platform of Debate the Hype. So I love that you represent something that's far from the norm and how we see women on social media, and how we want to see all different types of color tones and shapes. And like me and you, darker toned women. Yes. Using that dark toned skin, do you think there is something missing in the media that kind of represents us?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like dark-skinned women isn't represented in the media at all. like when you do have the black friend, it's not really a black friend. No. Yeah, like it's just like mixed race. It's like light-skinned black, and I'm not saying that like light skin makes you less black, but like there's more shades to black than just being closest to white, you know. So I think like in my opinion, I just feel like streetwear is saturated by a lot of like white and Hispanics, which is nothing's wrong with that. You know, it's not what it is, but like I would like to see more dark-skinned girls get into it, because it's just like it's not enough of us or something. Like we need more. We need to be put on the map more. We need to have a face that's actually a dark-skinned person that's more relatable. Not relatable, like, but you know, like.
Just different
when I look at stuff, I look for girls that look like me. Same. And if I don't see that a lot, then it's like it's a little discouraging to get into that field, because just like, well, they're not gonna accept me. And it's like we come in all shapes, all colors, all sizes. Like it's for everyone. So it's just like I don't know. We need to do better. Overall, we need to do better as far as like with dark skin, light skin, and all this other. We just need to do better with dark skins being represented.
I feel that. And then even if there has been moments where you will see a dark skinned woman, but she's not represented in a good light, or it doesn't make her skin tone look that great, or she just doesn't look like, okay, she's not having fun, you can tell, type of thing. But I know that you really use your platform to push that, not to color shame, but to like include dark skin.
Yeah, because I grew up dark skin. I understand. I think every dark skin person could agree on the fact that we all kind of been told the same thing. Like, oh, you're pretty for a dark skin girl. Oh my God. I'm not really into dark skin girls, but I like it. It's just like
heard it all.
You know, I really don't need to know that my skin is dark. I wake up to it every day. I know, but I just want young females, young Black females, to really like understand that I see you, I get you, I know your struggle. I have a platform, and it's like. I want to connect with you on levels that you probably are not connecting with other people on Instagram. And I know my followers are a lot of young Black girls, and I really want them to understand, like, I get it. Like, I understand the struggle of a dark-skinned girl. It's tapping into a whole new level when we talk about dark skin. So it's just like, you know, you're beautiful, guys. Don't ever feel ashamed of your complexion.
Right. That's awesome. I love that you use your platform in that way. I think just for me as a dark-skinned woman to see you and how you style yourself, it makes me feel confident in my skin tone. Yeah. And so I love that you know, put that out there for the world to see and inspire so many. Tapping into just this year, I think 2020 has been, you know, a whirlwind for the entire world. But I know this summer specifically, it was a very awakening for a lot of brands and companies during this Black Lives Matter movement. And, you know, it's them opening their eyes to Black Lives Matter is just not now, it's been past, present, and it will continue to be the future. Do you feel like most brands and companies have hopped on Black Lives Matter as a trend, or do you think that they really are trying to tap into having people who look like us, sound like us, know our knowledge, really sitting in those boardrooms, those, you know, when we walk into the store, that we see people like us? Do you really think that they're tapping into that, or it's like they posted the black box on Instagram and that was it?
I think a lot of brands definitely use the Black Lives Matter movement as a marketing strategy instead of like what it actually stands for. Yeah. So it's just like after the movement, then they started making all these T-shirts, and it's just like, yes, it's cool, I get it. Like, yes, stop killing us. Oh, stop like, you know, I get it. I agree. But it's like Black people didn't just come out, and you're doing this because this just happened. Yeah. And now we're having all the protests. It's just like prior to the whole Black Lives Matter movement, it's just like your boardroom probably don't, I could count on one hand how many Black people are in there, you know? And so it's just like, you could put up your solidarity message and you could say all this other stuff, but if it's not cohesive with like your brand and like Black employees that actually work for the brand and like, you know, if it's not cohesive, then it's just like, it's marketing. It's profit. It's politics. It's just like, okay, like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a whole bunch of merch. Black people's gonna love it. Okay, because the Black dollar is the strongest dollar. We all know that. I don't know. I don't want to call it BS, but I feel like a lot of brands really like. No, yeah, BS'd they follow a false narrative. Like like I'm sure they like hired PR companies to write the solidarity message, and that just means that it's not from the heart. And it's like if you actually feel that way, then do something about it. Exactly. You know? So. This time, it's a little sensitive to be talking about color and stuff, but it's just like...
It's important.
Talk about it. Like, we have to. We're here. We're people. Like, we need to be represented.
Exactly. And take that action, that accountability.
We're not represented enough.
We're not.
But we, like, people love our culture, and they do everything to be like us, and don't give us any credit. Like, it's cool to be Black until it's time to be Black.
Exactly.
It sucks, but
it sucks.
You know,
and
it's a
really
work in progress. I'll give the world the benefit of the doubt that it's a work in progress.
No, yeah, I mean, you see the certain companies that are taking those steps towards like not just using it as a trend and to try to really, you know, take a step back, look inside what they're doing.
Exactly, and read about So and I respect companies like that. Like if I hear or see that, I would shout them out. I would love that because it's just like, you know, at least you're actually taking the initiative to change. Exactly. Because it's never too late to change. We're all working progresses. Like, you know, like just because I was this person last year don't mean that's what I want to be this year. You work on it. When somebody opens your eyes to it, you're just like, okay, damn, that's true. Let me work on it. But brands don't really do that. It's just like, okay, they put up their little black box, a little solidarity message, have some Black people work for them, and they're just like, okay, we're good. We out the fire now. Right? It's just
look like, at that. Why? Knowledge, y'all. Anisa, put her in your boardrooms. Put her at the head of the table, y'all. Let's go. On a lighter note, let's go to a little lighter note. Speaking of brands, what have you been doing with your brand lately?
So I've been manifesting a jewelry line. I guess that's the word to say. No, I really want to get into jewelry right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe hats, because that is a sole part of most of my outfits. I wear hats for 93% of everything. But no, I think I'm really just building my portfolio and wanting to tap into like the jewelry world now. So,
what style would you want to go into? Like, would you want to just do like necklaces, earrings, rings, or kind of everything?
You know, people really like how I layer my necklaces. I think pendants is definitely one, and rings. I think I like rings a lot.
Love rings.
So, yeah, rings and pendants. That would be the start off, guys.
What's the hat style? So you got trucker hat.
Yeah, I love trucker hats. The thing with trucker hats is in the winter, you can't really wear a trucker hat. So it's just like, I don't know if I want to get into that. I mean, you're in New York. You can do whatever you want in New York. You can. That is very true. You can do whatever you please. I don't know. Maybe a beanie, since I will try to like do it towards the end of the year, but it's like not in the works as much as it is jewelry. Like jewelry is really what I'm like focusing on and portfolio building, because you know I want to be a menswear stylist. That's your in the
goal.
Long run. That's what I want to do.
Okay, dope. So is your menswear style, is that more towards who inspired you? I know you said earlier you liked Jerry, so that layering, that neutral color, is that something that you look towards?
Yes.
Okay, dope. Nice. Well, I mean, I see it in your future.
I would love to style Jerry Lorenzo's Fear of God runway look one day. Like, you know, that's...
Hey, speak it out. Tell him, Jerry.
Jerry, you know.
Hire. Let's go. That's dope. So now we are a show that loves and embodies sneakers. So you have, I mean, of course you have to answer this question. If you could do a sneaker collab, who would it be with and what kind of look would you go for?
Okay. If I had to do a sneaker collab, I would love New Balance.
Okay.
Or Nike. I mean, I'm not ruling out anything else, but those are the top two that I would really like to work with. For New Balance, my shoe wouldn't be much further than their classics. Like, it would definitely be like a gray colorway, just because I like neutral like silhouettes and stuff. So I wouldn't play with it too much. I'm not gonna throw pink in it and be like, oh yeah, it's a female shoe, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would be a neutral colorway. It'll be a classic silhouette. Nike as well. I feel like if I was to get a Nike collab though, I would probably do a shoe that like people wouldn't really think I would do. Like to me, Vomeros is in my top 5. Like as far as like comfort, the style of the shoe, all of that stuff. So like if I could get my hands on a pair of Vomeros and call it the Dash, I mean, hey.
Oh, fire.
Right. Like,
write that down. Know? Write that down. So we got
I would do it.
Jewelry line. We got the Dash shoe collection. We got the trucker hats. Man, I'm already a fan. I'm buying everything. Before we close, I just want to say, like, something that I love about you is that the first thing you ever told me was that you don't see yourself as an influencer, which I think is just, nowadays you wouldn't hear that. You think someone who is, big on social media would call themselves an influencer. But I think that you are such a humble and patient person, and that you represent so much and that you embody so much that you want to put out into the world, that I would call you a true influencer. And I think that's dope. And like you said, you have these, Black and brown girls who follow you, and you have a true 80K following. And I think that's dope. So I want you to give advice to your biggest fan, follower, a young girl who's watching today. What advice would you give her?
Oh, what advice would I give my following? Okay. To all my Black girls, actually to everybody, honestly, that's followed me, really just like stay true to yourself. I am not an influencer. I feel like technically all of us could be influencers. You could have 200 people that follow you and you have on something dope and you tag them. Somebody with 100,000 followers is gonna look at the tag and you know what I mean? So like we're all influencers in our own way, but like stay true to yourself. Don't cheat yourself. This is specifically for Black girls. Trust the process. It's a little slower than, compared to others, but at the end of the day, you have that confidence, always have it in you, stay true to yourself. I think I said that like 10 times. Also, mental health, definitely a big thing. Instagram is draining. To scroll and see the same thing over and all this other thing, you're like not happy at where you're at. Take a break off of Instagram sometimes, or anything. Be around some love, regroup, do whatever you need to do, but really take mental illness, like not even mental illness, but just take your mental health seriously, because that also plays a part in so much. Like you don't want one bad day to like mess up your whole mojo for the rest of the week. Like if you need a day off of Instagram, it is okay. So I really want y'all to understand that being true to yourself is the best thing you could do. Being confident is the best thing you could do. And just like find your style. Keep being inspired by whoever, and have the courage to, try a new style. That nobody could fault you. Speaking about that.
Yeah, go into it.
I was watching this sneaker show, right? And it's a popular sneaker show. And a question had came up, and it was like one of the female pioneers of streetwear. And it was like, oh, so the girls that dress like tomboys now, do you call that like clout chasing or something? Like, like they can't change their style. And the girl said, yes, they consider that clout chasing.
Wow.
And I'm just like, so people are not entitled to change their style. You could change your style. If you want to try a tomboy look, try the tomboy look.
It's comfortable, y'all. Go
it's
for
comfortable.
it.
Like who don't want to be comfortable?
Comfortable.
So I just want to let you know, like, don't let other people discourage you from trying something new. You could definitely change up your style. You could definitely wear baggy looks and still be like feminine or sexy, and just be yourself. Yeah. That is what I'll say.
Well said. Got me up there. Well said. Well, Anisa, thank you so much for coming on Ladies of Hype. It was such a blessing to have you. Everything you said was absolutely amazing. I'm already inspired. I know y'all are inspired. So make sure y'all follow Anisa and tune in to our next episode of Ladies of Hype.
Hi, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this segment of Debate the Hype. I'm your host, Jasmine of Ladies of Hype, and make sure you tune back in. Like, follow, and subscribe at Debate the Hype. This segment was sponsored by Vibe Industry and Fruition. See y'all next time.